Yeshua said that whoever tries to save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life will save it or will find it. Well, that has a lot of meanings and can be tackled and taken apart and unpacked through many different ways and many different angles. And this is but one of them. Those who look to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their lives for my sake will save it or will find it. This verse reminds me of a Paralympian. Somebody who may have had a bacterial disease that caused them to lose their legs, or maybe they were, in the military and their legs were blown off by an IED, or they were in a terrible, tragic car accident and they lost their legs. And, maybe before, they took their legs for granted. Sure, they hiked and they biked and, maybe they jogged for health, but, they never had the aspirations of being an Olympian or being great. But sometimes we'll see these very people lose their legs and get the prosthesis, the artificial legs on, and then they decide, well, I'm going to go into the Paralympics. And they win, gold, silver, or bronze. Is it the artificial legs that made them great? Is it the artificial legs that made them a superior athlete and made them a runner, an Olympian runner, a medal-winning runner? No, the legs had nothing to do with it. But because they lost their legs, they said, you know what? I'm not going to let the loss of my legs stop me from doing anything. I'm not going to let my life be dependent or defined by my physical legs or lack thereof. And now that I've lost my legs, I'm going to be a runner. I'm going to win a gold medal. And so it's the determination that they have that made them be able to find their life. Whoever tries to save his life will lose it. Oh, I'm selfish. I want things for myself. I don't want to give to others because I'm afraid I'm going to do without. And then sometimes God will allow you to lose things so you know what it's like to do without. So those who lose their life for my sake will find it. And it's in our times of loss and in our times of desperation that we find inspiration and that we find the power of God and the assistance of God to help us to go further and beyond what we could have with our plenty. So, this testifies to a person that's lost their legs, and they were never anything great with their legs before. It's not like that they had an aspiration to be an Olympian, but when they lost their legs, they're like, I'm going to go into the Olympics, and they win. It wasn't their legs, the artificial legs, that made them great or made them run faster. And it's not that they can run faster with artificial legs than with their real legs, but it was the determination that they weren't going to let the loss of something stop them, that they were going to, allow God to give them the increase and the glory, and they were going to do the impossible, what people said that couldn't be done, or the impossible, without what they thought was necessary to make that come to pass. So if you've lost something in your life, something that you thought you had to have, something that you thought you had that you needed to sustain your life, turn that thing over to God. Maybe the Lord allowed you to lose that so that he could prove to you and you could prove to yourself that you didn't need what you thought was necessary. That God will give you the power, the grace, the strength, and whatever you lack to be able to accomplish whatever it is you feel he's called you to do. So give God the glory in your loss. Give God the glory in what you lack. Because whatever you lack physically, mentally, or spiritually, or whatever you've lost physically, mentally, or spiritually, God can give the increase. God can provide. And you say, okay, God, whatever I've lost to you, I give it up to you as a sacrifice. Because in losing this thing I thought was so important, I want to find you. I want to find life. I want to find sustenance and inspiration. And I want to find what I need to continue on. I don't want to depend. And the proverb says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding, your own logic, what you thought would sustain and save your life. Lean not unto that, but in all your ways acknowledge him. In all your ways give glory to God. God, I may have lost this, but I give glory to you. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. He will make your path straight. He will cause you to succeed. So whatever you've lost, count it as gain, because think of whatever you've lost as nothing in comparison to what God is going to reveal to you, what God is going to show you, what you're going to gain through that loss, because God's going to save your life through that loss. Hey, thanks for listening. Go out there and have a great day. God bless.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. And don't forget to check out and subscribe to our social media accounts on Instagram at AD_International, on Facebook at Abraham's Descendants International, on Twitter at ADINT Ministries, and on Blogger at Ray Bash's Ramblings. And don't forget to check out and bookmark our website, abrahamsdescendants.com. Shalom.